been mentioned. But there's been two interesting events this week, not just the IMT strike and the Arriva strike, but there's been two by-elections, one in Wakefield and one in Tiverton. And if a message was to be sent to the Tories and to Boris that their days are numbered, then those by-elections were a very clear message not of support for Boris and his tinkering and the rest of it. But the other interesting aspect of the Wakefield by-election, and I don't know if people have seen the result, that there were 8 candidates who were standing from the far right. Organisations that don't support trade unions, don't support people from the Labour movement, and actually spout racism and filth and hate. Now, I'm pleased to say that the campaign led by Stand Up to Racism in Wakefield actually reduced Britain First, who were on the streets every day in vans promoting their file, only got 300 votes. It's 300 too many, but only 300 votes, and they could go back to the gutters where they belong. So I'm going to ask Roger Keely from Huddersfield Kirklees Stand Up to Racism just to say a few words about the strike and about the fight against racism. Roger.
Thank you very much. Yes, the election in Wakefield, the by-election in Wakefield on Thursday, we were confident that Labour would win. We were confident that the Tories would lose, more important, and we were fairly confident that they'd lose in Tiverton and the other place in Devon. Oniton, yeah. And they did, and it was massive, and that was great. But as Nick's just mentioned, there was an important other aspect people neglected, because there is a tendency to overestimate the importance of a vote compared with people on the streets. And fascists were on the streets during that campaign, and they were quite prominent on the streets. And we don't want fascists on the streets at all. Unfortunately, during an election, it's difficult to stop them. So we got our own vans, we got our own campaigners to make it absolutely clear that they will not go anywhere without opposition, not in any numbers either. When they came to Huddersfield with their national leader a couple of years ago, the same people, Britain First, there were 9 of them. This was a national mobilisation, I think, and we were there, and it wasn't all Stand Up to Racism. It was other people from around the town who are against fascists enough to know that they need opposing on the streets, and they were opposed on the streets, and they slinked off. After quite a long time, actually, we stood there with the banners, and people thanked us, and it's good. And so I think we need to thank them. Link with the rail workers. The rail workers are doing the exact opposite. They are uniting the working class in a rise to a fight back that is absolutely necessary and beautiful to see. And by the way, I'm also in the NEU, and I went to the NEU meeting on Thursday, and as Cormac Kelly said, the mood was completely for the rail workers, absolutely, because of their cause, but also because the NEU are up for the fight as well. Thanks.